Hi, welcome to That's a Thing EX1.
Well, it's
Sorry,
accent
EX
core
point
plus
zero.
R EX1.
Oh, well, I don't like that.
Yeah, well,
That's
that's
too absurd.
yeah, well, that's what it is until we get to Overture, because I gotta draw it. I haven't drawn the title. I'm Kevin.
I'm Drew.
I'm Nolan.
Yeah, I spent too much time drawing Rebecca Cyberpunk Edge Runners and not drawing the thing.
No, it's
Not the
listen. That's
important
fine. It's gonna
stuff.
happen.
She's the best
You watch
character.
Edge Runners. Yeah, she is. Fuck. God, listen. So now you're back into Cyberpunk, aren't you?
Oh, I really wanna play Cyberpunk real
I
bad.
know it's so weird.
I wanna play for a lot of reasons. I gotta avenge David. David must be
Yeah.
avenged. Also, like I think Cyberpunk Edge Runner,
Well, no.
it's great.
David doesn't need to be avenged. Rebecca needs to
No,
be
see,
avenged.
that's like I have thoughts about that. I don't know if I want to spoil. I'm gonna say that like Edge Runners is very good.
It's real good.
It's probably Trigger's best show.
I don't know.
It's like I like the tragedy. I like I like the pointlessness of it.
Yeah.
Where it's like no like the idea of like the scale and the crushing of like nah, you think you know. There's always someone inordinately higher that will step on you and you cannot escape.
It's
Is
so
it too
good.
late to call this BB tag and you can't escape from crossing fate?
No.
Right.
No, because how I do it, like I already wrote the thing. I could like redo it,
Should,
but that's too
shouldn't this
much
be
work.
Calamity Trigger, actually?
No, we're not doing BlazBlue.
That came out
Yeah,
before
but I don't.
Xrd.
No, I don't like BlazBlue as much.
I think it's Calamity Trigger.
I think Overture came out before BlazBlue.
What about Battle Fantasia?
No, we're not doing Battle Fantasia. Even though
What
like
about
the
Night Lords?
I like
No,
the
wait.
one thing of Battle Fantasia like I liked was that the kid had like a chainsaw sword slash motorcycle. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I
No,
like
I
a lot
don't.
of the designs.
Like
How about we call ourselves Terrordrome?
Terradrome, maybe.
Yeah,
We could be best of best.
best of best.
Yeah, just do
Behind
that.
them, I think, unless you don't want it to.
That's a thing. Never die.
That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing. Never die. That'd be pretty good. I just like Overture because I think it's like it's the part like what's gonna make it is it's gonna be that's a thing two colon Overture because
And then, and when we do 100 of those, it'll
go back to Xrd. Yeah, because I think that's funnier. Because it's like running.
It actually is a little funny.
Because it's like,
yeah.
what is this? See, if I was really clever, we'd make it like a like a different format entirely. It'd be like a video whatever to simulate how like Overture is like a weird MOBA third person Dynasty Warriors. Even though there's some cool stuff that happened in Overture.
Hey, look,
That's
it's a
where
new year, so we got to do some weird new stuff.
Yeah, that's part of New Year's. So Nolan talked about your favorite things. So talk about your favorite things. Obviously, Cyberpunk Edge Runners is one of my favorite
Yeah.
things. I watched it on like the bear on the December 30th and 31st, so it counts.
So good.
I slid in under the wire. I hope this is recording. Yeah, it is. Okay, we're good.
Once again, Netflix pulled another Arcanum where you made me play the game.
Yeah, I think like it's kind of like whenever I don't know, there's some level of like video game adaptation where I'm like, yeah, and then you get like the Last of Us TV show that's coming out, and I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that. And the Last of Us TV show is not going to make me want to play The Last of Us again.
If it was called like The Last of Us Firefly Diaries, and you're like somewhere else watching somebody else do shit, I'd be like, okay, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah.
But I don't. I've played Last of Us enough. I know what it is.
Well, yeah, like I know the story. I'm aware. It's just I think
I just want to see like more personal stories in this universe. I don't want
Yeah.
to see the same one.
I would say honestly for like video game adaptations, like Netflix has done pretty well.
I actually have.
I think Castlevania was good. I think League of
Yes,
Legends.
Castlevania.
My problem with Castlevania is like the seasons 3 and 4 of Castlevania.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just
they're
counting.
stinkers.
I'm just counting like
1 and 2.
1 and 2 because I stopped watching it after 2. But to me, like
That's fair.
comparatively, I was like I enjoyed my time with 1 and 2. I was good. I liked it. I liked the fight.
That I
like
guess
Arcane.
Arcanum.
I thought that was great.
I guess technically The Witcher.
I would count The Witcher.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Tekken?
Oh, I haven't seen the Tekken show.
I haven't seen that one either. Oh shit, I completely forgot.
I forgot.
I haven't heard bad things about it, so that may be a good thing.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. It's like I don't know.
Honestly, yeah.
The Tekken show.
Netflix has just been dropping good stuff too.
And then canceling it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if we want to know about canceling, I think the tweet I saw was like how HBO Max is going to be like 3 episodes of like The Office and then like a Sears commercial. Because they've like canceled like literal they're like canceling everything of that. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Well, Kevin, they're merging. See, and that's business.
But then why like I don't I mean
I feel like it's because the Discovery that was it Discovery and
it's like
That'd be
doesn't it have like the TLC stuff?
well I
too?
count that as like the new age Discovery Channel, which is just like the trashiest reality shows you could
Yep.
imagine.
Yeah.
The only one we support is Naked and Afraid. That one's fine. Really, like
Yes.
that's what they should have done. It's like whenever you see a big merger, it's like they should have just said HBO Max acquires Naked and Afraid, and then just cut the rest of the chaff. Just cut it.
Well, hold on. Let me make sure. I think that's a Discovery show.
I think it is.
Oh, hold on. You know what? No, Naked and Afraid, and then also Mountain Monsters.
Okay, or okay, we'll allow them. We will allow them to have like some like random like ghost adventure. No, that's like a travel channel. Is that part of it?
No, it's Discovery.
Yeah,
I guess I guess Discovery ate them up as well.
yeah, like
So yeah, yeah. Listen, we'll give Zach Baggins a show. We'll have some hillbillies hunting for monsters.
yeah. Okay, that's good.
And then we'll do something with either ice road trucking or people catching crabs in Alaska.
Yeah, it's always someone in Alaska on a boat. We'll have that.
But then at the same time, let's just have all the good stuff from Cartoon Network and Adult Swim.
Well, that's the thing that's like baffling. Is like all those shows are like evergreen, and you don't have to like. I guess it's because of residuals. That's why they're canceling it, which is why like you don't have to pay with reality TV show. But it's kind of like from a quality standpoint, it's like you would cut the reality shows and can preserve like your good stuff. Is Discovery part of Food Network?
Is Discovery part of what?
Like Food Network, is that part of it?
I think so. I think Food Network is part of that because I think if you get
Because I don't understand what.
wait no, or is Food Network part of Nat Geo?
See, I don't know.
Whichever one Naked and Afraid is on also has Food Network.
Okay, because I think that like Nat Geo is Disney.
Yes.
which is dumb. See, this is why Cyberpunk Edge Runners also hit kind of hard, because as we approach dumb Cyberpunk, and you're like, dang, I might even get a cool time stop, like skeleton. Our implant will be like the Elon Musk one that gives you brain damage and kills you. That'll be your cyber implant.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it's not even there. It's just Elon Musk is getting fined because he kept pushing for more and more animal abuse for brain implants.
Good. He's also losing stuff. That's
Yep.
you know what? That was one of my favorite things.
Hey, he's the first man in the world, Kevin, to lose $200 billion.
I know, I love
Okay,
it.
what have you done with your life?
I don't
Have
know.
you lost $200 billion?
There was so
Not
many.
lose.
There was so much stuff where it was like, like people were talking, and it was just like, man, I feel like such a smart human because I'm not him.
Yeah.
I didn't buy Twitter and then have everyone own me 24/7 on Twitter. I think my favorite post was like, it was the disillusionment where it was like, it was some like tech guy, and he was saying, I thought Elon was a genius because he talked about rockets and I didn't know anything about rockets, and I thought he was a genius because he talked about cars and I didn't know anything about cars, but now he's talking about websites and engineering and he's full of shit. So now I know that everything else was like that as well.
Have either one of you watched Glass Onion?
No, it's on my list. But I
okay.
never watched the original Knives Out yet.
Oh, it's fine.
Movies,
they're not connected.
If you want to know, like my bad, like my
No. Well, the only reason I do this is because there's a connection between the one of the main characters and Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, like I heard, like that's like the villain. It's just like that kind of style. Tech like thinks he's smart and isn't.
Right.
Yeah, like I just movie wise is one of those things where like I haven't been watching a ton of movies.
Same. I've been trying to watch The Bansy of Innistrad since the 13th when it dropped on HBO Max, and I still haven't.
A lot of like my stuff is basically because part of it is because on our usually when my dad and I would watch a movie, we've been watching like football and football. So it's been like so like sports has been usurped the movies for a while. And if it's by myself, I'm not gonna watch like a movie. I don't like watching movies by myself. That's just a thing that I've always.
That's a thing, Kevin.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of in that boat too. I've just within this last couple weeks, I've been able to catch up on movies and anime I've wanted to watch.
I need to.
I need to finish up.
Watch that final. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's a great ending.
I need to watch Mob. I need to watch Chainsaw Man. I still need to finish Ranking of Kings.
Chainsaw Man is like oddly like off my radar because I liked the manga.
Between that and I've also started watching Bocchi the Rock, which is about a girl with crippling anxiety. I'm like, this is great.
Good. But is she like
so much so that she's like, I don't want to work. I don't want to work because if I do, I'll fuck up, and people will make fun of me online.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm so shitty at it.
There you go.
I will do stuff to catch a cold so I don't have to work tomorrow. Please,
Hell
oh
yeah.
God.
I love it. Bandit the cat is
I
upset because I locked her out of the room.
Good.
And now she's clawing at the door.
Bad.
Well, because she's trying to attack the microphone cord. So the headphones are just mischief. So she had to be...
This has been a good year for anime, so I'm just trying to catch up. Between this, Blue Lock, Gundam.
Oh, the Gundam show. I didn't want. Oh man, I'm so behind.
Yeah, I know.
Anime.
And it took me like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get through everything.
Their video games were also good.
Yeah.
You had
Oh,
Vampire
yeah.
Survivors,
And you didn't need any other video
and
games.
then you had runner-up Elden Ring. That was.
Yeah.
I
Not-
mean,
Not God of War.
God of War has problems.
Not
God
Last
of War
of
does
Us
have
1
problems.
again.
Surprisingly, I think Horizon story wise is better than God.
God of War
Ooh.
is like too long, and
Yeah.
it like you could feel that it was like two games smushed together, because there are parts that just it drags.
It's the one sections that are just like, come on, let me get it over with. Come on.
Like I almost wish it was just a long cut, like a 10-minute cutscene instead of like a 20 to 30-minute like guided climbing section, where like
Yeah.
there's a lot of that where it's like, here's like a slow walking section where you're walking around like a house or a lodge, and you're listening to people talk, and you're kind of doing stuff, and you're just like, I would rather watch this for 5 minutes and then move on. I think
Yes.
like that game needed an editor.
It needed a lot cut out of it.
Yeah, I also think
It
like,
needed a lot of it cut out and saved for DLC or something.
or just like, one of my complaints is like, I was trying, like, I'm at the point, I don't know, like, it's hard to like describe, but you get to a point where you ride a boat to the crater, which I think is like a completely optional area. Like I finished that, and there's like stuff where I'm like, okay, just for example, like there's these berserker fights, and they're like the hard extra bosses, and I fought like 5 or 6 of them, and I looked like how many there are, and there's like 15. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do all 15. And I think that's like my complaint with the game. It's like every side quest thing, I'm like, okay, is it like 5 or 6? And then you look at it in the menu, and it's like 30. I'm like, no.
So just one or two of these guys. Oh no, 26.
Yeah, like 5 would have, because some of them there are 6. Like, you got to get like the 6 lizards or whatever, and then you get an upgrade.
I'm remembering
And you're like, okay.
the first game. There's like the 6 or 7 Valkyries.
I think there were 6 Valkyries and then the Super Valkyrie. So that's usually, it's like 5 to 6 things and then the boss. But this one is like, there's just too much. And getting around that world, like trying to backtrack, sucks.
It sucks.
It is not fun. There's not enough, because of the cinematic like pseudo loading, walking through the tiny chasm, which I'm now like, I'm sick of that. I want that out of video games. Or like, you're going into like, oh well, now we gotta like shimmy through the wall, the crack in the wall, because we don't want a loading screen. Like, get out of here.
So wait, would you rather go back to Resident Evil style? You're climbing a ladder. You're opening a door.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Or I also don't like, and I think this is just part of God of War, whenever they're putting like barriers that are like flimsy, like planks, and Kratos can't get by them. Like, there's,
I can't jump up
I
this.
cannot get by. It's like, part of me, I can't. I am like where you see Kratos like doing like moving mountains and like punching people through stuff, and then it's like 2 sticks tied together with a string. He's like, I cannot get by this. I can summon the meteors from Hades, but I cannot like get past like a 2-foot climb.
I can summon frost and lightning and create a hellstorm. Oh, I can't get past this small little plank. Ugh.
Is there a game where I feel like your character could just walk through that kind of stuff and it would just absent-mindedly break?
Elden Ring does that. Like, you just jump anywhere the game is designed where like, if something's blocking you, it's either like clearly magic or clearly like here's the elevator that goes up like 100 feet up a wall. Not even 100. Like it's like So there's like that part elevator in Elden Ring where like you get on it and
Yeah.
it takes you up to the plateau and it's like set 400 feet up. And it's like, all right, you can get that, or you can go through the mines, which is just a dungeon kind of near it. But it feels more like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
fucking
reasonable.
walk on the cliff face.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, of course there's another way up, but it's the hard way.
It's the hard way. That's the way I did it because I thought I was doing like an optional dungeon, and then I got to the top and I was like,
Me
oh,
too.
crap.
I got there immediately left.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Elden Ring. Why I think it's great. Like I had so many moments of oh no in that game, even though I was like clearly playing like my favorite moment in all of Elden Ring is when you're in the random forest, you get down the elevator and it starts going down, and then it just keeps going down for like 5 minutes, and then you walk outside and you're in a cave and you look up and the cave has space in it, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think my big difference between Elden Ring and God of War is there wasn't a point in Elden Ring I got bored or didn't. It was all fun all the time.
I did at the very end. I was kind of like a little tired, which is like usually in Souls games when I hit like the 95%, where I'm like, okay, I've went to every zone. I've killed like the big bosses, and now we just gotta wrap it up. And then I was just in like the wrap up phase. Some side quests I didn't do because I didn't know how they activated. But like otherwise, like that, there's just it's like it was good. I enjoyed it, even though I played the cheap magic character.
That's fine as long as you get through it.
I wanted the laser. Yo, that laser's sick. I saw that thing and I'm like, that's my character. That's what we're doing.
I like how everyone's like, oh, that's so cheap. It's so cheap. No, but it's a fucking laser. It's so cool.
It's very cool, and also you have to build.
Even if it wasn't cheap, I'd still be using it because big laser.
So, it's good, but it's like I think they've nerfed it a couple times. They've changed like builds in that game. I don't know what's good anymore. But yeah, I liked Elden Ring. TV wise, because I did make some list. I think my show of the year was Shorzy.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Shorzy.
It's good.
It reminded me of peak Letterkenny, where like Letterkenny was at its like because the last season Letterkenny I was like and then I watched Shorzy. I'm like okay, they're fine.
I think I've watched Shorzy like 4 times now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I don't know. Like it was better than the last season of Letterkenny, but I don't know. I wonder if I go back and watch Letterkenny if I also just won't like it as much either. But like, it definitely still feels autopilot-y and just like, oh, this is how we write the script.
See, I don't know. For me, Shorzy felt more. It felt more like classic to me. I enjoyed it.
I will agree with Drew. Within like the first 2 or 3 episodes, it does feel very Letterkenny.
There's a couple
because they're in all the same notes.
Yeah.
But then after episode 4, it starts picking up its own pace.
I also think that some of like the humor is very similar to Letterkenny. I think like the jokes of Shorzy and the jokes of Letterkenny are the same basically, but I feel like the emotional core of Shorzy is different and it hits better. That's my rough analysis.
No. Yeah, I see that.
Like where like Shorzy's like parrot that just says like tit fucker, which is kind of funny, but it's not like
big sexy.
Yeah, but it's not like it's I would say it's kind of funny. It's not like incredible laugh out loud like I'm losing it. Like the bits that got me better were like when they were all eating the drumsticks. they're just sitting around eating. I'm like, that's like the good bits. Where all the tough hockey on and they're all just kind of eating their drumsticks. Like, man, that's some good
Between
drumsticks.
that, I say that Shorzy making fun of JJ every time. Made me laugh.
I like there's bits where I'm like, this feels like you're not just saying like a profanity. You're like doing something with it.
Them going over all the new players they're getting.
Yeah. The
Nice
arc of him
little
saying
bit.
"Shut up, Sanguinet" to like respecting him.
Also,
Saying
my
that
other
growth
problem.
of like, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say my other problem with Shorzy too is like they lose the last game, and they don't fold.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah.
Like I get it because they want to have like the playoff or whatever, but I feel like that was a little like they should have. I feel like they should have either won or tied the last game, or maybe got like a
I've
DQ.
that or just it's a one season show, and it has a tragic ending.
If you want tragic endings, Cyberpunk Edge Runners show is a tragedy through and through.
Right.
Oh,
I love it. I love it so much.
Oh,
That
is
it kind of like. Oh,
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're
I
good
was
because I was gonna
no,
ask
then
something
there's-
that wasn't Cyberpunk, but we can stay on
Oh yeah.
topic.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. We'll switch real quick.
Nah, we'll just go for
This is the only thing I really wanted to say to Cyberpunk is the Cyberpunk show gives you the proper atmosphere of what Cyberpunk is supposed to be compared to the game.
Oh yeah.
I feel that's like maybe that helped draw people back into it because the first like hour or two of the game is nothing like that. Like you don't feel that like that this is this broken society. You're just flying around shooting guns and throwing things.
Yeah, I don't like because it's
You're
more
just
like
breaking society.
it's more video game where you're like the
Yeah.
video game you are the super character. Like I know that Atom Smasher is a boss in Cyberpunk, the game. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So like you will deface him, which is like in the show he is like unstoppable. Like, but in the game, because you're a video game character, you're on like that level of like as video game protagonist, as Commander Shepard.
Yep.
I always think of it as like Commander Shepard, the man who is like ultra powerful because he is main character. Like any other human would not do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
because
Kevin.
you're V.
No other alien or human could do it.
Yeah. Even though like canonically like there are stronger like aliens in all of Commander Shepard's things, but because Commander Shepard has the power of player character, they are able to just do it.
Yeah, like V, it doesn't matter like what's going on. He's going to take care of it. A fucking high school student that watches his mom get blown away and now has to deal with paying rent or paying her funeral costs.
Paying rent on
real.
his washing machine.
Yeah.
Because the firmware's like, please update it. Oh man.
I love it. It just hits. It hits so hard.
It's like just talking about moments of that show. Drew, you can interrupt with like whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Feel free. It was that one.
That was like the only little bit.
It's fine because the problem with doing like the best of the year stuff is like I never ingest new media.
No, it can be
So
it can be best stuff
No,
you
heck.
saw that year. Like
One
that
of my best things of this year was going to be Disco Elysium.
Yeah, one of my
because
best
this is the
is
year I played it.
13 Sentinels Aegis Rift.
There's been some good games that I've been catching up on.
Yeah, like
holy shit.
Like game, yeah. It's just what you did this year. I always feel like that's a little better.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't have anything else, I want to talk about my favorite bit of this year.
Oh, I think
Sure.
yeah, do it.
if you've been like watching anything recently from I guess on the internet or heck on Twitter, there's been a talk about a very important high priced item
Yes.
that's been going around. Currently sitting at $80,100.
Okay.
That is a
very rare videotape.
Very rare, factory sealed, graded VHS tape of Nuki.
The classic film Nuki.
Okay. This may be one of the best ones because it's like, man, speculation like markets are stupid.
Oh, I hate it.
They are the dumbest thing in the world.
I look. Oh man. So the boys at Red Letter Media decided to manufacture their own hype for Nuki. I'm glad they're giving all like the money to that to like St. Jude's and like a humane society. I'm like, well done.
Me too.
No, that's to me that's what makes it good. Like
yeah.
It's like both the hypocrisy, the shenanigans, but there is like some kind of like, yeah, okay, that's good at the end. It's not like we're just keeping the money, because then it's like funny but also kind of like bad.
I'm really hoping at some point like there's people that are in on the joke doing this. They're like, haha, this is funny. I want someone that's not in on the joke to buy it.
That's what. Oh, that's like
I want Elon Musk to get in here and buy this.
Like I want. It's that person. I don't know if I showed the link to it. I clicked this link to someone. It's the YouTube channel. I'm gonna call them out. The Alpha Investments, who I hate.
Yeah,
I hate that guy. He's one of those guys.
I was thinking of was it Card Guru or Card Club? Card
Kingdom? No, yeah. Card Kingdom is just a place that sells cards.
And like, no, it's the guy who sold Logan Paul Pokemon cards or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And then try to scam people afterwards.
Well, it's like it's these people where you're seeing them, and it was. I remember during the pandemic, it was the thing that disgusted me. Where it was like a Target and you had these like schlubby guys in their like basically around my late 30s, early 40s, and they're all like rushing in to grab all like the Pokemon cards. And you're like, ugh. It just makes me disgusted. I hate it. I hate those people.
Finally, we're doing speculation on a real market. VHS tapes.
Yes, now they're like on VHS tapes for some reason. Because, well, it's also like you'll see it on like it was on video games where people were like, "Here's my sealed Super Metroid for like $5,000.
Here's my sealed Mario 64."
It's like, who cares? It's like, come on. It's for stuff that I feel like I don't like it. I don't like
collector, yeah, it's always the dumbest stuff. And like the only reason I think VHS is a prime market is because everyone just threw them away. It's the same reason comics are worth so much from the golden age, because like they just threw the garbage in the trash.
It was the mom destroyed it. Like I remember as a child,
you moved out. Your mom destroyed everything.
As a child, I had every issue of the old Sonic the Hedgehog comic, and then when I left, they were all thrown out because yeah. And now it's like that's not worth anything, but I'm just saying that like it's that kind of deal. It's also it was thrown out because it was like, do I really need Jurassic Park on VHS? Because you can watch Jurassic Park like a million different places.
Yeah.
You can get like the what MP4 Jurassic Park.
I'm also like weirded out because I don't know if it was just me, but I feel like VHS tapes were just everywhere.
Yep.
They weren't just like, oh, well, sorry, there's only one VHS tape of this specific movie. No, they're like 10 or 20.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
it's the
store.
same thing with DVDs and stuff, but as soon as like DVDs and stuff came out, people just started trashing their VHSs
Yeah.
and their Betamaxes.
And your laser disc.
Yeah.
It's people.
No, those weirdos held on tight to their laser discs.
I think a laser
Actually, that
disc is
sounds
kind of
right.
cool. It's kind of like a record. Like I think a record, like an actual LP, is neat.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not neat enough for me to buy,
No,
but I'm
not
like,
enough
No,
for you to
not at
spend a
all.
couple $1,000s worth.
no, that's not even close. But I think I don't know. So would Nolan, would you put the Red Letter Media Nuki as your internet video of
It may be
2022?
because of all the buildup. It
See,
might be
because
my
like
favorite
I'm
video.
still giving it to Man and Cave. I think that is
Man and Cave is great. Don't get
Man
me
and
wrong.
Cave is so good. It's the fact that it just keeps going. I think it's perfect. I like on my own little list. My runner up was Ginny Nicholson's Evermore because that fascinated me for all of it. I was entranced in like I was like, man, the idea. But then like I mean a bunch of people made like good videos and stuff this year. Like I like Mandalore's video of that random like ring adventure game that was like a robot sci-fi retelling of Norse myth from Germany. Because of that video, I knew what the Dropnir ring was in God of War. I'm like, oh, I remember that from watching the Mandalore video. Yeah, the dwarfs made it. I think Eyepatch Wolf did some good videos this year. I like him.
Oh yeah.
I think Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 released some hot fire.
Listen, come on. He's just keeping that fire going.
He is
Right.
He is.
It's an eternal blaze.
Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 may be my content creator of the year, potentially of all time. It's every time I see one of those videos in my feed, I'm like, I have a blessing.
Okay, you have to explain. I do not understand those videos. I don't think they're funny at all. Like
I understand. No, you would not. This is not for you. It is like,
and the fact that they're like 20 minutes at least, like, aren't they absurdly long?
The average runtime is like 20 minutes, but sometimes you'll get like a special that's like an hour, and there's a couple like full-length video like World War III and Battle for the Boys. It's like 90 minutes long.
Like, I just don't get it at all.
It's like what makes it beautiful to me, besides like the purity, is it's the flavor. Man, this is hard to explain. It's really hard to explain, but it's like a combination of early 2000s internet like garbage combined with like deviant art cringe combined with like the idea where people loved like the fantastic worlds of like Kingdom Hearts and Sonic. Like, and they really wanted to write their own stories with like, I love these characters, I love their adventures, but I can only write what I personally know. So then you get stuff like Riku and Sora hang out at the Burger King because they can't imagine anything greater. But they desperately want to. So it's like Riku and Sora hang out at the Burger King. And that energy is like Tamers, where you see like Sonic Underground goes to Target. And they go to Target. And then there's this inexplicable like, all right, now at Target, we're going to talk about how Uncle Chuck was actually Spartacus for about a week from Lazy Town. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. I feel like when I'm watching a Tamers video, it's someone that like is writing something for some kind of alternate reality version of me, and I'm looking at it. When whenever stuff, well, because he'll just start talking about like Zatch Bell, and I'm like, why now? Who is this for if not me? Is Tamers trying to activate me? Why is 9S and 2B showing up in his thing? Or like Sonic is trapped in the Oracle of Delphius's house? I don't understand. But I love it.
He sent videos back from the past to you in the future.
I don't know. I feel like Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 may in fact be like an alternate dimension version of me, who is a little slow and messed up in the head, but has somehow figured out how to transmit thoughts. But maybe it's also because of like the dimensional that's made him like a little off. Because there's
I don't know. Would you do the bit of dressing up in a big cardboard suit?
No, I'm not that
That's the
clever.
question.
I would
so
not
smart.
a big cardboard suit of Bartleby of Mont St. Clair from Sonic Underground. It's just like the Thanksgiving special. Like, and also I think part of it is that there's a level of like actual, to me, humor and editing that goes in those things, that it's not like as someone who's read like Sonic Chew and stuff, whenever you read it, it's like it's just kind of bizarre and weird, and like it's not really funny. But I think there are bits in Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5's videos that are legitimately funny. Like the comic timing is there. It reminds me of how Tails Gets Trolled will sometimes have like a moment of genuine, you're like, that's great. Like how, like that bit where Shadow talks about how he was trapped and every time he just breaks his bones just for fun because he was stuck for 10 million years in like space. So now he feels no pain. I was like, that's great. Because there's the bit in one of his videos where like they're like cut to like the actual Disney XD bumper of like Sonic Underground will be back, and then it cuts back into like his episode, and they're all sitting around eating banquet TV dinners doing nothing. And I'm like, that is like, it's so perfect, so good. Oh man. But yeah, like I think it's also a level of like my internet poisoned brain. Like if you're as internet poisoned as me, you're like, this is great.
You're chronically online.
Oh, you got to be. I think that's why I said it's like some real internet shit. That is Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be how they purge society. Is they just set you in front of a stream of that, and then
is this good?
If you laugh or not,
that's okay. I'm like, but I'm also to the level where if like society needed to improve, and you need to cull me from the herd, then that's okay. That's acceptable. I'll deal with it. I'll take it. Like, I'm good that it's this. This is for no one. But yeah. Do you have any? I mean, anything? Any other last year thoughts? Comments?
Last year thoughts. Just I'm here waiting for the possible implosion of Twitter. Slowly dying each day.
have either of you started? What are your Twitter fallbacks for when it finally dies?
Yeah.
Oh, I've actually started posting to my Tumblr again.
Yeah, I have a Tumblr and an Insta ready to go.
Like I've been posting my Tumblr. World of Warcraft actually got good in 2022, which is shocking.
So that's your social media of choice now?
Oh, I like Tumblr. It's great.
No, I meant World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft kind of is, like, because it's I found myself a new guild, so I got to restart my character's in-game artistic journal. That's fun. I like doing that. Gives me excuse to draw things. But yeah, like I like that. I watched what else was in 2022? There's something I was gonna comment. I forgot. It'll come back around.
2022 is going to be the year of I'm into Warhammer now.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Nolan, what do you think about in 2023 the rumored release of 10th edition Warhammer? It's coming.
Hey, ready to go.
10th edition. It's gonna be coming at people. The rumor is in like July, and the new set it's gonna be big on. I think it's the that place in Warhammer where like the orcs are fighting the Tyranids forever, and that's starting to spill out because it's near Terra, and then everything.
Oh yeah,
like that.
The Arcturian war.
Yeah, that's gonna be like the new thing.
Some guys like, listen, we'll get the orcs and the Tyranids together, and then they'll just kill each other. Oh wait, what's that? They both love fighting so much that it's actually tripled their numbers. Oh fuck.
Yeah, they're just getting progressively stronger instead of one wipes out the other one. Like, uh-oh.
God, that's what I love. Anything in the new year that anything else we're kind of looking for game wise, or
I mean, Street Fighter's coming out in June.
yeah, Street Fighter's gonna be there.
I looked like when I was glancing at the thing. I'm kind of excited for the new Star Wars Jedi Outcast whatever game 2.
Oh yeah.
I forget. It's the Star Wars whatever the last one. The sequel, the squeakquel. Looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to the Cyberpunk like Game of the Year edition where it packages the game and the DLC together because that's when I'll probably buy it.
Oh, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's like, see, that's the kind of superhero movie I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
2023
Clone High comes back this year.
Yeah, they've been teasing more stuff for it.
I'm nervous.
Listen, I feel like Lord and Miller have enough money.
I'm still nervous. Right. Whenever something few things have come back from the dead that's been like unchanged. And I don't
it is still Lord and Miller doing it, right?
I don't know. I don't know the stuff. I'm just nervous.
I want season 2, episode 1 to just be season 1, episode 1 again. No winking or nodding at the audience. Just literally, they just did episode 1 again.
See, what I'm nervous about for Clone High 2 is like Clone High was so steeped in like that specific year of MTV drama. Like the joke of Clone High was that Clone High would either come on like before or after an MTV drama that was shot exactly like Clone High.
Yeah, it was just
serious.
sitting there making fun of shit. What was it, like Degrassi or?
I don't remember. There's some MTV show that was like was like cut exactly the same as Clone High. It had like all the moments like sitting on like the swing and having it like. And it was like that kind of thing. And then like Clone High would just come on immediately after it and like make fun of it. And I was like, that is, I don't know what that would be in like now.
Yeah. What, MTV is just all reality TV at this point.
Yeah, like I guess they could do it. I mean, they're funny people and they could do it and they could make a joke. But my like, I feel like it's of its time. And maybe as sometimes dead's better. I don't count like Homestar is not dead. It's always on hiatus because whenever it comes back, it's exactly the same. And then it just it goes back to sleep.
I've been thinking about that. I kind of feel this is how Mob stays after the end.
Well, yeah, like I don't like sometimes it's like just let it go.
Yeah, just
let it go.
You end solid. Just leave it.
Just let it go. Just don't
make another season of Arrested Development. You guys are fine.
Don't bring back Futurama. It's not the time.
Yep.
It wasn't the time when they brought it back the first time.
I don't want a new season of The Office. Please, dear God, don't.
Yeah, like I'm saying, there's shows like I don't want it. I I do not want
Leave it
this.
dead.
I have reversed on my decision. I think King of the Hill should stay dead.
Yeah,
After been rewatching it, like no, that
it's
show
good.
it's time. It became timeless because of its time. I think that's like my highest praise I can give to something. Where whenever because of the time period of like mid to late 90s that King of the Hill is, it can just stay like, yep, that's how things were at the time. And then it's not aged. I don't think it's like it hasn't aged, I would say. And
No,
I think I want that to be kind of like how I would say classic good Simpsons are. Where like when Simpsons is good, it's always like, yeah, no, that's just good. I did watch a few new Simpsons.
yeah. How are they?
It's like not terrible. There it's like if out of a 10 scale or whatever, if 5 out of 5 is like the worst it could be, I feel like New Simpsons is like 6 out of 5. Like it's
Do you mean out of 10?
yeah, out of 10, not out of 5. Oops, I was mistaken. Yeah, so 6 out of 10 where you're like, yeah, it's okay. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, which was like a plus.
Well, it's then again like that. You're coming in with like a negative.
Oh, I was coming in with an extreme negative expectation.
Yeah.
And then I can't, like, I feel like if someone listened to me say it's like a 6 out of 10, they're going to go in and they're going to get like a 4. They're like,
Yeah.
what is this? But I was going in. Oh,
Yeah, I just feel like anytime I've caught newer Simpsons, it's just like so incredibly bland. It's like it's literally just if this was any other show, it would have already been canceled by now.
oh yeah. It would have been turned into like one of the other adult cartoons. Like everyone's favorite Chicago Party Aunt. That was a cartoon.
You can't make up shows, Kevin.
That
You
was
can't
a
just
cartoon,
make up
Chicago Party Aunt. I saw like a trailer of that on Twitter and I didn't think it was real. And it was. I'm like, is this a bit on Alan Gregory?
Listen, I'm gonna guess. I feel like I've seen it, but I feel like it's a show that got thrown just on Hulu and died immediately.
I think it's a Netflix show.
Netflix. Oh Jesus,
All
this
right,
is
let me
worse.
look at it. Where is it? Yep, it's on Netflix.
Was it
was
like Chicago
inspired-
On or something?
It was inspired by some guy's Twitter account.
Drills?
No, that would be
I
a
wish.
good.
Oh.
That was like an Adult Swim show where they had drill on. It was like their fake like right wing conspiracy show or something. Their politics show, and drill appeared and like wrote for it. I think that they had like it was weird. I never watched it because at that point I didn't have like Adult Swim, but it was stuff where they would have like their topics would be God, and it was drill talking about how to become God.
Like, if I was doing anything for drill content, I would just be making like Adult Swim bumpers that are just like whatever like his tweets are, like just be like the guy get on a motorcycle, peel out, and then the smoke clears and there he is dead. And then it'd just say Adult Swim.
There you go. I like that. Yo, I'm here for it.
Listen, if Chicago On can get a TV show made, what's stopping you, Kevin?
Oh, that's right.
Turn your comics into a Fox show or whatever.
Oh, I would love it. Now, we all know what I would do. If someone gave me a budget, I would immediately go to my number one creator, Tamers12345, and say we're making Sonic Underground Season 3, and just put his videos up there.
You make the first 3 episodes, and it's like just a normal show, and then you go crazy after that.
Oh man. Yeah, like I would try something high concept if you gave me a show and it would just bomb because I don't have the skill to actually do it. I would be like, okay, I'm gonna make my own like Mission Hill, and then it comes out and it's just like a Family Guy fart episode, and I'm just like, oh, I can't do a Mission Hill, can I? I can't. Like that's I'm like the wolf trying to get the moon, except I'm like barking at like my water bowl.
I would like the idea that you just steal all the best episodes from other canceled sitcom shows.
Oh, that's good.
And then just do them back to back.
Yeah, I just every episode is just Clerks the series. I'm just putting it out there. I'm like, hey, remember when like Judge Whitehorn or whatever was the judge, and then like during the trial, like Beverly Hills Cop shows up, and then they just leave and start doing Beverly Hills Cop adventures by putting like bananas in people's tailpipes as the theme just goes on, and then he wakes up and he goes, "I had the dream again." That's a good bit.
You do that, and then the next episode is
just drawn together. The one where like
no,
it's the drawn together episode where they all pretend to be Xander's family to react if he's gay, and then they just keep doing it for like the entire episode
for no reason.
Yep.
I mean that's an episode. It's just that episode. You want to suck on something almost as big. Oh. Drawn Together is a show that should live in your brain. Don't rewatch it.
Don't rewatch it.
Don't do it.
Don't bring it back.
Let it
Please.
live there. Let it live in that specific early 2000s.
They're bringing back Reno 911, so like
No.
that's in my head.
No, like because in my head, Reno 911's a decent show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not the time. It's kind of but that's doubling back to end it. That's why I kind of like Tamers, because it feels like a show it feels like something from that era that has somehow like preserved itself and now is exposing. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Someone had the incredible comedic foresight to make this show and then freeze it for 15 years and then start slowly releasing it.
And there's also the possible bit of we have the Andy Kaufman situation of like the world's greatest like con, that world's greatest act / character that has ever been. Like there's always the chance that is the actual behind Tamers. And one day, like, because if there's ever like the thing where there's just a video, it's just the unmasking, and some guy goes like, "Hello, I'm Tamers 12345. This is my character," and he just explains it. Then that's the greatest bit of all time. Like number one, I'd buy that book. I'd make that movie. Genius. But yeah,
go down in history.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone has the foresight to do that.
No. Yeah, I mean that's literally like once in a lifetime genius, because that was like the whole Andrew Kaufman kind of bit, because he would just go on stage and bomb horribly, and people would laugh at him, and he goes, "That's the bit." It was a really funny bit. Like, have you actually seen like his like stand up?
I saw what is it? When he did one late night show and all he did was get up there and like sing, but he like was mouthing the words and he kept fucking up.
The one I saw, like,
and I'm like, this is a good bit. I like it now.
I think people seen like the wrestling one.
Oh
okay,
yeah.
Okay, so Drew has to go, but we'll just end it there. Like, bye, later days. Bye.
Later days. Bye.